Manga-Waido.
My name is Takuji Matsumoto, and I'm 56 years old. I've worked for a transport company affiliated with a food company for 35 years. My main responsibilities are managing the driver's attendance and negotiating with clients.
Thank you for your help. Oh, the truck has already left.
Of course. Yes, thank you. Excuse me. I've been at the same job for many years, so my work is easy. But that may be because I'm just a regular employee. Yamada, who started out as a colleague and has now risen to become the head of the personnel department, seems to have a lot on his plate. My life has been nothing to do with success, but I have no regrets. All I have to do now is work hard and steadily until I retire. Oh? The thing I look forward to most during the day is this lunch break.
Ah, Matsumoto-san, your bento looks delicious today too.
Yours looks delicious too, Seto.
Mine's frozen. Yours is homemade from your wife. I'm so jealous.
My wife loves to cook, and when she was younger, she even went into cooking school. Hey, Matsumoto-san, your bento looks delicious today too. Oh, Aoyama-san, good work today. I got these cookies from a business associate, so take them home to your wife. Oh, thank you. My wife will be so happy.
It's nothing. Just a small token of my appreciation for the gifts you gave me the other day.
I have a good relationship with the drivers. The sky is so beautiful. My life is ordinary, but I cherish that ordinariness. When I returned to the office after my break, there was a commotion. What's going on? Did something happen?
Oh, Matsumoto-san! The new president came by just now.
And? Everyone knew that the president had recently changed and the new president would be coming from the parent company. That person was the son of the president of the parent company, and he just showed up and declared that he was going to cut personnel costs and left. I have a bad feeling about this. However, as ordinary employees, there was nothing we could do about it. And a month later, the day after the new president took office, the first person to be targeted was, surprisingly, me.
Matsumoto!
President, good morning.
This calculation. Why are we paying truck drivers for their break times?
Oh, this isn't a break time, it's a waiting time. Waiting time refers to the time the driver waits while loading the cargo. Even though the driver is not doing anything, they still have to wait nearby. So it was customary in this industry to count this as a working time.
But it's still time off! This is rest time!
Bud, the driver is either in the truck or waiting nearby. It's not the same as a break time for a normal office worker who can leave the office.
I see. I had no idea you were that kind of a guy who would argue with the boss.
What?
I'll remember that.
What the president said was pretty harsh, but I think he just doesn't know the customs of the transport industry yet. I sensed an uneasy atmosphere, but I thought that it was inevitable. But just a few days later...
We've decided to have you resign from the company.
What?
It's the president's decision. All of your work will be assigned to other departments. There's no longer a place for you in this company.
I'm due to retire in 4 years! Can't something be done?
I'm afraid I can't help you. I'm sorry.
No! And so I quit my job a month later. When the truck driver and his colleagues found out about the situation, they were all equally surprised and outraged. I can't believe it! They made a diligent employer like Matsumoto quit? What the hell is this company? Thank you for being angry, Aoyama-san.
Matsumoto-san, would you like to consult with the Labor Standards Inspection Office?
It's not a dismissal, but a personnel cut, so it's probably going to be difficult. Besides, I don't have the time or money to go to court over an unfair dismissal.
No way!
I'm angry with the company too, but that doesn't mean I can't cause trouble for my colleagues. I made sure to pass the job on properly. And on my last day at work, I left the company with everyone's regrets. Even though I've worked here for 35 years, the end came so suddenly. On the way home, my steps were heavy. How should I break the news to Yoshiko? In fact, because the situation had developed so quickly, I hadn't been able to tell my wife that I'd been laid off just before retirement. I'm home.
Welcome back. Oh, what's with that bouquet?
Actually,
Yes?
I was laid off from my job. I'm really sorry that this happened before I retired. I'm hoping to find a new job soon. I couldn't look her in the eye because I was so sorry. But my wife...
That's great.
What? Is that a good thing?
Yes, at last our dream can come true.
Dream?
Running a cafe!
It seems that the owner of the cafe where my wife has been working part-time for many years has decided to retire due to old age. The owner has no relatives and wants to pass the cafe on to my wife.
I wanted to invite you too, but I can't ask you to quit the company you've worked at for so many years, can I? So, it all works out.
I see. But I can't even cook. How would I work at a cafe?
Oh, it might be tough, but let's do our best. Serrano has been saying she's wanted to open a cafe for a long time, too.
Serrano. We looked at the picture on the wall in the entrance hall. The picture was drawn by our only daughter Serrano when she was little. It showed the three of us working together at a cafe. That's right. My daughter, Serrano, always dreamed of becoming a stylish cafe waitress. And she had said that when I retired, she wanted to run a small cafe with my wife and I.
It's already been 20 years since she passed away.
It was so painful. We didn't know what to do.
It's still painful, but I can keep going because you're here.
When our only daughter Serrano passed away, my wife fell into a state of depression and spent her days crying.
Oh, even though Serrano is dead, I'm still alive.
Pull yourself together. Serrano wouldn't want you to live like that, suffering. My wife suffered for many years. Worried about Yoshiko, I turned down my position and refused almost all overtime and after-work drinks, and decided to stay by my wife's side as much as possible. Eventually, time healed my wife. Before long, she'd recovered to the point where she was working part-time at a cafe in the neighborhood, and that's where she is today.
It seems that even on the verge of her death, Serrano was dreaming of running a cafe with everyone.
You wanted to work at the cafe for Serrano, didn't you?
I wanted to get as close as possible to Serrano's dream.
My daughter's dream in the cafe where she worked brought my wife back to life. I see. Right, I'll do my best at the cafe too.
Yes, that's the spirit.
After a few days, I said hello to the owner and his wife, and I was ready to start afresh and manage the cafe. Order coming in. 1 American, 1 cafe latte, 1 club sandwich.
Yes.
Thank you for waiting.
Thanks. Yoshiko-chan is working happily. I'm sure she's happy to be working with her husband.
I'm embarrassed. I'm still in training, so I may cause you some trouble, but please continue to support us in the future. Even though it's a cafe, sales are important when you're running a business. The income and expenses are pretty tight.
Yes, since the owner and his wife are no longer here, I feel like the number of regular customers has decreased.
I see. We need to attract more new customers. So we decided to go to another cafe to study.
This cafe has a really elaborate interior.
The cafe we were just in was selling organic vegetables.
There were cafes that had lots of books, or cafes particular about their interior design, or music played.
Looking at it like this, it seems like everyone has put a lot of thought into it. Since we come this far, I want to make a cafe that's unique to us.
You're right, but still,
Huh? What?
it's like a date when we go around to cafes like this together.
It's nice to be able to spend time like this. We want to create a cafe where customers can also have a special time. I remember Serrano saying something like that. As I thought about this, I looked up at the sky, and Serrano's face came to mind. That's it!
What's wrong, honey?
How about a cafe with a sky theme? So that we can share the cafe with Serrano.
That's a great idea.
Once we had decided on the theme, the rest came quickly. Yoshiko and I started thinking of menu items based on the sky theme. How about a sky melon soda?
A sunset spaghetti sounds delicious too, doesn't it?
Yoshiko, who is always good at cooking, was able to successfully give shape to our various ideas. We've prepared a menu related to the sky. Thank you for waiting. Here's your sky melon soda.
Oh, it's so cute! It's also really delicious.
When we got our menu published in a local magazine, we started to see results gradually. It seems that the food is becoming popular on social media. The number of customers started to increase rapidly. Thankfully, some of my colleagues from my old company came to support me. Husband Matsumoto! I've come to see your face! Aoyama-san, thank you! It's nothing! I thought it would be good support, so I brought my family too!
It's the cafe that's been all the rage recently. I can't believe you knew about such a stylish place.
Thank you very much. Please help us spread the word. The shop became more and more prosperous, and on weekends, there were even queues of people waiting to get in. My wife and I were so happy. It was like working together with Serrano. One day, my colleague Seto came to the cafe with an old regular.
I thought I used it for a meeting.
Well, Matsumoto-san, it's been a while. I never thought you'd be working at such a wonderful cafe. Thank you. I'm spending fulfilling days thanks to everyone.
It really is a comfortable place. I'm envious of you, Matsumoto-san. It's been tough for us.
It must be. What's wrong? Did something happen?
Everyone is having trouble without you, Matsumoto-san.
What? But even if I'm not there... No, it seems like everyone is having a hard time.
I'm sure you'll find out what's going on soon enough.
It was only a week after Seto said that. My colleague and head of the personnel department, Yamada, showed up at the shop. Welcome! Excuse me. Wait, is that you, Yamada? What are you doing in this shop?
You've got to do something about this!
What? Yamada told me what happened after I quit. The employee who took over my job followed the orders of the president. The waiting time for the trucks was calculated as break time. In other words, it was deducted from the working hours. And as a result, it seems that the truck drivers were unable to get enough rest, and all the good drivers quit their jobs. On top of that, the new president repeatedly carried out near illegal layoffs of employees he didn't like. The drivers' motivation dropped, and the customers started complaining. What's more, there were also bad rumors about the company. What kind of bad rumors? The story goes back to when I quit my job.
My husband was laid off, and we decided to open a cafe together.
That must have been a tough time.
Yes, I'm happy that we're opening a cafe, but I'm also conflicted about my husband's feelings.
I see. By the way, may I ask the name of the company that laid off your husband? My wife had told the cafe owner the name of the company. In fact, the owner of this cafe was a lawyer who acted as an advisor to several companies during his career. He still had a lot of pull with many business owners. It seems that the owner had been talking about the circumstances of my dismissal in various places. Ah, did you hear? Mawa Transport, which used to be the best in the prefecture, has been getting a bad reputation lately. Yeah, it seems they suddenly run into a shortage of staff. I heard about it too. Oh, that company with no vision. What do you mean, no vision? That company is carrying out restructuring that borders on illegality. What's more, when I entrusted the management of my cafe to one of those laid-off employees, it was a resounding success. That's a company that really has no vision. They don't have foresight. It might be risky to get involved with them. This rumor eventually reached the ears of the president of the parent company. In other words, the father of the new company president. You made the business performance worse and even got Hirano-san to glare at you! I'm so sorry, but... No excuses! I was stupid to have any expectations of you! As a result, the new president was relieved of his position by his father. It seems that he was made to start over as a regular employee at the head office, but his pride got in the way and he couldn't bear it and quit. I don't know what happened to him after that. So, what happened to the company whose reputation had fallen? Oh, Matsumoto-san! I've been appointed as the next president! I see! Aoyama-san is president. The parent company has also taken a big gamble. Ha 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 ha! You're right! Well, let's leave the jokes aside. I'm sure everyone will follow you, Aoyama-san. Well, maybe this is just the way the stars align. I've always wanted to live a free life on the road. But the company's in a pinch, so I guess there's no choice. By the way, do you have any intention on returning and becoming the vice president? Aoyama-san, I found my own path in life. Oh, really? Forget it then. In this way, Aoyama-san, who was a lead employee at a major company before becoming a driver, was appointed as the company president. Aoyama-san called back the truck drivers who had quit and reverted to the original method of calculating waiting time. Thanks to this, the company was able to pull out of its crisis as employees and customers gradually returned. I'm glad the company managed to pull itself back together.
Oh, did I say something unnecessary to the owner?
No, it's great that the company I've worked at for so many years has returned to its former self.
I'm sure Sorano is happy too.
Yeah. I look up at the sky.
That's great, Dad.
I felt like I could hear Serrano's voice. Serrano, from now on, Mom and Dad will always be with you. This is the family you wanted, isn't it? I'm going to keep working to make the cafe a success. For my wife, my friends, my customers, and my precious daughter.